Mancho Hore Manang Bhaja Hure Mana Lina Nanana Abhayatana Bhaja Hure Mana Abhayatana Bhaja Hure Mana Lina Nanana Abhayatana Bhaja Hure Mana Lina Nanana Abhayatana Durlabhamanabha Janama Satsange Durlabhamanabha Janama Satsange Karaye Baba Durlabhamanabha Janama Satsange Mancho Hure Manang Bhaja Hure Mana Lina Nanana Abhayatana Vandeham
The following is a class on the Bhagavad Gita as it is, second chapter, text number 18, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 23rd of November 1972 in Hyderabad, India.
Krishna is the supreme whole and we are His parts and parcels. Therefore our duty is to serve Him. This is our constitutional position. Jiver Sarup Hai Nitya Krishna Das. We cannot become Krishna. We are eternally Krishna's servitors. part and parcel. This is real conclusion. Qualitatively one. Just like this finger, you can call it body, but it is part and parcel of the body. Similarly, the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, you may call God, but He is not the Supreme God. Supreme God is Krishna. Ishara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha. So, Anasina or Prameus, Anasina, it cannot be destroyed. Although it is very minute, aprameus, you cannot measure. You have no such measuring method that you can measure the soul's length and breadth. In geometry, they finish it, the point has no length and breadth. But that is not the fact. Point has also length and breadth, but we cannot measure it. Aprameya. Similarly, there is length and breadth of the soul also. That is also mentioned in the Vedic literature. It is said in the Puranas, Kesagra Satovadasya Satodha Kalpitasya cha Jiva Bhaga Savigneya Sa Anantaya Kalpate. The spirit soul is measured. First of all, divide the tip of your hair into 100 parts. And then take one part again and again divide it into 100 parts. That portion is the measurement of the soul. Or in other words, 1/10,000th part of the tip of your hair. Because we have no measuring instrument, although the soul is there within this body, we cannot find it out. Although the soul and the super soul both are situated within the heart, and the heart is the center of all vitality, energy of this body, that is accepted. But we have no eyes to see the soul or the super soul because these material eyes are blunt, imperfect. You cannot see so many things. You have to purify your senses. Then you can see. Ata Sri Krishna Namadi na bhave grayam indriyai. The present blunt senses, material senses, all are imperfect. Even we hear the Lord's name, Namadi, Ata Sri Krishna Namadi. Just like we are chanting, one who is spiritually advanced, he is enjoying this Hare Krishna, Krishna's name. But those who are blunt, they will see, they will think what these people are chanting. Because he has no power to hear. But realization of Sri Krishna begins by hearing. That is method. Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu. If you hear about Krishna, if you chant about Krishna, then gradually your heart will be cleansed. Cheto darpana marjanam. Bhava mahadavagni nidvapanam. By chanting and hearing, the dirty things within the heart will be cleansed. Then you will understand what is your position in relationship with God. You will understand what is God. Therefore, in this age especially, Kali Yuga, because people cannot perform any other austerities, they are unable, they are so dull. Manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya jupadita. This is the position of the people of this age. Prayena alpayayusa. Generally, their span of life is very short. It is decreasing day by day. As our forefathers lived 90 years, 100 years. Now we are not living up to such extent of ages. But gradually it is decreasing, and it will decrease to such a point that if a man lives for 20 to 30 years, then he will be considered as grand old man. That day will come. So, this age, therefore Shastra says, prayena alpas. Generally, almost everyone is short-lived. Prayena alpa, kalau asmin yuge jana, asmin yuge kalau. They are very short-lived. Then again, Manda, all rascals. Manda, third class, no first class men, practically no Brahminical qualification, all Sudra qualification. Therefore, Manda, Sumanda Matayo, and if one comes forward to be spiritually enlightened, he accepts something bogus without any reference to the Shastras. Therefore, Manda, Sumanda Matayo, they have got an opinion, and that is going on. You may have any opinion, that is all right. This foolishness is going on in this age. Manda, Sumanda Matayo. Manda Bhagya, and most unfortunate. Everyone is practically unfortunate. Nobody has certainty what he will eat tomorrow or in the evening. Everywhere, don't think only it is in India. In America, when I went there, I thought everyone is very rich. There are so many poor men. They are lying on the streets. The street-lying population is everywhere, either in India or in America or in England. I have seen. The first class, second class, third class man will remain there. You may have a try to make everyone first class. The division, first class, second class, third class will go. No, that is nature's arrangement. Manda, Sumanda Matayo, Manda Bhagya, Jupadrita, and Dishta. That's like today strike. Unnecessary. Disturbance. So many disturbance everywhere, all over the world, because the population has degraded. They must be like that. This is the way. Therefore, anyone is interested for spiritual advancement, he should take to this Krishna consciousness movement, which is principally chanting Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama iva kevalam. Kalo nasti va nasti va nasti va gatiranatha. In this says, you cannot practice yoga, mystic yoga practice, meditation. It is not possible. It is very difficult. You cannot arrange for big sacrifices. That is also not possible. Therefore, 3 times it is said, Nasteva, Nast. You cannot take to the yogic principle, you cannot take to the ritualistic ceremonies, you cannot take to the temple worship also. It is very difficult. Piteja dhyato Vishnu, titayang jajato makhai, dapare parichajyan, kalau tat harikirtanat. This is the injunction of the Shastra. That in the Satyajug, when people used to live for 100,000 of years, at that time, yogic principle meditation was possible. And in the Treta Yuga, the performance of big sacrifices was possible because things were available. There were Jaggic Brahmins. In this age, practically, there is no Jaggic Brahman who can perform yoga, no competent Brahman. Therefore, performance of sacrifices is not possible. The only performance of sacrifice is this, as you are performing, Hare Krishna festival. That is stated, Jaggai Sankirtanai Prayoi Jajanti Hi Sumedasa. Jaggai Sankirtanai. In this age, Kali Yuga, no other sacrifices is possible. Only sacrifice. This is sacrifice. Jagai Sankirtan. That's why we are doing in a small scale. But it can be done in larger scale. But people are not interested. They have lost all brain. Sumedhasa and Alpamedhasa. These two words are used in this article. Alpamedhasa, medha means brain substance. So those who are Alpamedhasa, they means less brain substance. Antavattu phalam tesam tad bhavati alpamedhasa. Alpamedhasa, less intelligence, less brain substance. They worship different demigods. Kamastasya hitagyana jajante anna devata. The anna devatas are there, but who are attracted to worship other demigods? Those who are lusty. Kamastasya hitagyana. Those who are lusty, and being lusty, they have lost their senses. Hitagyana. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakurji says, Hitagyana, nasta buddhaya, no intelligence. Kamastasya hitagyana, jajanti anna devata, antavattu phalam tesam tad bhavati alpamedhasa. So, in this age, this is simply waste of time. If you actually interested in spiritual advancement of life, if you divert your attention in so-called worship of this demigod, that demigod, this demigod, then you will simply waste your time. There will be no advancement. And even you become perfect in worshipping the demigod, then what will be your profit? The profit will be Janti Deva Bata Devan. You can go to the planets where the demigods live. But the planets and this material world, everything will be annihilated. Antavattu phalam tisa. Suppose you are promoted to the Brahmalok. That is also antavat. It will be finished. Because by the end of Brahma's duration of life, everything within this universe will be finished. Therefore, antavat. That is not permanent. But if you manage to go back to home, back to Godhead, then jadagatyana nivartanti tadhama param. That is perfect life. So, anyone who is not interested in perfect life, they will be allured by this so-called demigod worship. But one who is sumedhasa, sumedha, one who has got good brain substance, for him, in this age, it is recommended, jagai sankirtanai prayai jajanti hi sumedhas. Krishna Varna, Krishna himself, Krishna or Krishnam Varnayati, the one, the incarnation of God, who will chant always Krishna. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached this Hare Krishna mantra. Kandatva Kotika Maniya. Krishna, although he is black, he is attractive more than millions of cupids. Kandatva Kotika Maniya Vishesha Sobham Govindamadi Purusam Tamaham Maya. So, anyway, Krishna appears in 4 colors: red, black, yellow, and white, in different ages. So, in this age, Kali Yuga, Krishna appears as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, yellow color. Krishna Varnam, Tisha Akrishnam. Akrishna may be red, Akrishna may be white, but this Akrishna means Pito, yellow. Because other Akrishna, red and white, was in the Satyayuga and Treta. Therefore, here Akrishna means the yellow. Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam Sangha Pangasya Parsadam is always surrounded by his intimate devotees. He is surrounded by many devotees. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, wherever he was going, thousands and thousands of people were following his Sankirtan. But especially, he was always surrounded by 5 special devotees. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktavi. He is himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, his expansion, Nityananda, his incarnation, Sri Advaita Prabhu, his internal energy, Gadadhar, and his external, marginal energy, Advaita Prabhu, Shiva. But he has got another energy which is called external energy. External energy cannot come in front of God, Krishna. This is Maya. Just like darkness cannot come in front of the sun. Krishna Surya Sama Maya Andhaka. Jaha Krishna taha nai Maya Rodhika. This material world is dark. It is called Tama. Tamasi ma Jyotirgama. The Vedic instruction is don't remain in this material world. Come to the spiritual world. Spiritual world. Jasya prabha prabhavatu jagadanna koti. Kotishu asesa vasudhadi vibhuti bhinnam. Tad brahma niskalamanantam asesa bhutam. So, come to the Brahma platform. Brahma Jyoti. Don't remain within this darkness. So therefore, in this age, Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam Sangapanga Saparsadam Jaggai Sankirtanai Prayai Jajanti Hi Sumedha. This is intelligence. To chant Sankirtan, Bahuvi Militva, Kirtayati. We are assembling in big assembly, just like we are trying to introduce. It is very easy. Chant. Thousands and thousands of people, never mind what he is. It doesn't matter whether he is learned or fool, rich or poor, or black or white, or Brahman or Sudra. No consideration. Come together. Chant Hare Krishna mantra. Jaggai Sankirtanai Prai. Jajanti Hi Sumedas. Your brain will be cleansed. It is so easy. It is so nice and so perfect, according to the instruction of the Veda. Harinama, Harinama, Harinama iva kevalam. Repeatedly, in every Vedic literature and practically, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced practically. And he asked every Indian to go outside India and preach the cult Hare Krishna mantra. But we are not doing that. We are going outside our country to beg only, not to give. And here is a prime gift you can give all over the world. Your country will be glorified. They are anxious for this. Prithivite ashe jato nagaradi gram. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction. As many towns and villages are there on the surface of the globe, everywhere this Hare Krishna mantra, Lord Chaitanya's name, will be celebrated. That is being done. There is immense field for introducing this Hare Krishna cult all over the world. That is practical. Unfortunately, although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entrusted the matter to every Indian, not that to the Bengalis, because he appeared in Bengal. He never said for the Bengalis. He said, Bharat bhumite manusya janma hoila ja. On this holy land of Bharatvarsha, anyone who has taken his birth as a human being, he should make his life perfect. Janma sarthak kori. You cannot preach without making your life first of all perfect. If I remain imperfect, I cannot preach. One must be perfect. That is not very difficult. We have got direction of great sages and saintly persons and God, Krishna himself. So, to make our life perfect is not at all difficult. We are simply neglecting. That is our misfortune. Mandasa manda matayo manda bhagya. Because we are manda mata, we have access some bogus logic, bogus ism, and wasting our time. We should take from the Shastra the real path. Then we shall become intelligent. Sumedas. Jaggai Sankirtanai Praye Jajanti Hi Sumedas. This shortcut method. Intelligent class of man will take this Sankirtan movement for his spiritual elevation of life. It is a fact, it is scientific, it is authorized. So, don't neglect. Take this chanting of Hare Krishna, heart and soul. And anywhere, niyamita smaranena kala. There is no rules and regulation that you have to chant at this time, at that time, in this position, at that position. No. Because it is especially meant for this fallen conditioned soul. There is no hard and fast rule. Nam namakari bahuda nija sarva shakti tatprat vita niyamita smaranena kala. The name, the holy name of Krishna is as powerful as Krishna. There is no difference with Krishna and his name. Krishna is absolute. Therefore, there is no distinction between Krishna's name, Krishna's form, Krishna's quality, Krishna's entourage, Krishna's pastime from Krishna. Everything is Krishna. If you hear about Krishna, then you should know that you are touching Krishna by oral reception. If you see Krishna, the deity, that means you are seeing personally Krishna. This Krishna is absolute. He can accept your service anyway, because he is everything. Ishavasaniram sarvam. He is energy. Parasya brahmana shakti, sarvedam akhilam jagat. Everything Krishna is energy. So, if we are in touch with Krishna's energy, with little knowledge, we are direct in touch with Krishna. This is the process. As you become constantly in touch with Krishna, that is Krishna consciousness, then you become purified. Purified. Just like if you put one iron rod in the fire, it becomes warmer, and at last it becomes red hot. When it is red hot, it is fire. It is no more iron rod. Similarly, if you keep always in Krishna consciousness, you become Krishnized. This is the process. Then everything becomes purified. Then your spiritual life is manifested. Then your life is successful. So, the first beginning is, as it is said by Krishna, Antavattvi me deha. Don't be attached with this body. The body is material. But even this body is material. It can be spiritualized by the same process, by Krishna consciousness. Spiritualized means when this body will forget the materialistic activities. This body you can utilize for sense gratification. That generally people are doing. Eating, sleeping, mating, and drinking, and so on. So you can utilize this body, that is material. But if you engage this body for the service of the Lord, it becomes spiritualized. As I have already explained, the iron rod, constantly in touch with fire, it becomes, at end, it becomes red hot. That is fire. At that time, it acts as fire. You touch that red hot iron rod, anywhere, it will burn. Similarly, this body can be spiritualized, although it is material body. How? Sevan mukhi jivhadau sameva spurattada manchavyadicharini bhakti yogena ja sevate sagunan samatittai etal brahma bhuya kalpat. Brahma bhuya kalpat, it at once becomes Brahma bhuya kalpat. How? Abhyavicharini bhakti yogena ja sevat. Therefore this process of chant, everyone is engaged only in Krishna's service. They are from the beginning of the day, 4 o'clock, they rise from the bed. They offer Mangalarutri. We are seeing practically. We are demonstrating the Krishna consciousness, how one can become Krishna conscious perfectly. Therefore we have brought this deity. Anyone can do it at home. Where is the difficulty? If these Europeans and Americans, they can do, our Indians, which is our heritage, We are born in this land of Bharatvarsh, we cannot do it. But we are neglecting. We are so fallen. Manda sumanda matayo, manda bhagya. We have become so unfortunate that we cannot take to this process. So, whatever we have done, that's all right. But now, this Krishna consciousness movement is there. Everyone should take it very seriously and make his life perfect. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Krishna is in every living entity. Therefore, they say that by serving humanity and your fellow
Hare Krishna. Yes, it's on. Welcome everyone to this celebration of the Tirobhava or Disappearance Day anniversary of Srila Prabhupada in 1977. That makes it 36 years ago. And does someone know exactly what the schedule is tonight? At what's that? 7:30 is Aarti to Prabhupada and Mother. Okay. Is there Damodar Ashtakam? I think followed by Damodar. So we have from now until 7:30 to have devotees share their realizations about Srila Prabhupada, and Pushpanjali will be first. So okay, there was a schedule that was sent around. And I'm feeling a little bit... 7:30 is the Pushpanjali? Actually, we have... sorry, technical difficulties. We have Mayapur Bihari Prabhu is checking on the website.
6:30 is the realization, 7:15 Pushpanjali, 7:30 Prabhupada Arati, and silent Gaura Arati at the same time. And 8 p.m. is Damodar Ashtakam by Apurnath Prabhu and 8:30 Prasad.
So if Chinmayika's here, then we'll ask her to sing Damodar Ashtakam. So from now until 7:15, we want all the devotees to discuss Srila Prabhupada and have realizations about his disappearance day. And I was reading this morning, we have a group that reads 21 pages of Srimad Bhagavatam every day and then comments on it. And I was reading this morning how Vidura came to, in first canto, chapter 13, passing the deliverance of Dhritarashtra. What's it called? Anyway, Vidura came to deliver his elder brother from Maya. And when he came to the Hastinapur after having traveled and heard from Maitreya Muni and become fixed up in Krishna consciousness, then he came back to Hastinapur and he was welcomed by his family. And of course he didn't come there to enjoy the comforts of being welcomed back in the palace. He was a sannyasi, he was fearless, but he really came to deliver his elder brother Dhritarashtra from the illusion that he was in. But he was welcomed very graciously by Yudhishthira Maharaj, who always knew exactly what to do. And he was fed sumptuously and given a place to rest. And then he was coming and giving lectures to the family. Everybody was so happy to see Vidura, who had protected the Pandavas in so many dangerous situations. And Yudhishthira Maharaj was asking him about the Yadu dynasty. Had he been to Dwarka? Because, and Srila Prabhupada writes that shows how Yudhishthira Maharaj's own consciousness was always fixed on Krishna, and he was thinking about what's going on in Dwarka and with Krishna and his family and so forth. But it said that Mahatma Vidura, he didn't disclose to the Pandavas about how the Yadu dynasty had already passed away, because he didn't want to disturb them. And so out of feeling for them, he was, out of delicate consideration for their feelings, he decided not to tell them about that yet. So of course, we know that Vaishnavas do not die, and that Srila Prabhupada is always present, living in sound, living in his books, living in his mission. Those who follow, those who serve his instructions are always living with him. We're always hearing his sound vibration, and like he was saying tonight in the class, that's making us like an iron rod in fire. If we keep our consciousness fixed on his instructions, reading his books, distributing his books, carrying out his instructions, chanting japa, we will become like fire. We will become spiritualized. Our body will become spiritualized. Sevan mukhe hi jivado. Our senses will become spiritual, and we'll be able to perceive everything on the spiritual platform. Narottam Das Thakur sings, Guru Mukha Padma Bhakya Chitete Korya Aikya. He wants his consciousness to become one with the words coming from the lotus mouth of the spiritual master. But nevertheless, there's something somber about Srila Prabhupada's disappearance, in the sense that we were so dependent on him for everything, and his guidance for how to carry out this mission and how to live our lives. He had Krishna has his plans, just like Krishna decided to carry away the Yadu dynasty. They were on earth for some time. He called all his associates to come down with him and be on earth for some time. And all his family members, he had 16,108 wives, each of which had 10 sons, and each of those sons married and had 10 grandsons. Krishna had this enormous family in Dwarka with 900,000 beautiful palaces, and millions of family members who were all great personalities, demigods, transcendental avatars, incarnations of Godhead also. And yet, they were here to do some mission for some time and then taken away. And similarly, Srila Prabhupada was sent here, an avatar sent here on a mission to do something, to establish this International Society for Krishna Consciousness, this Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, these temples all over the world, this Sankirtan movement all over the world, which before had only been mostly in India. And yet, when it was his time, Krishna had called him somewhere else, and he left the service up to those followers, disciples, grand disciples, those who hear his message and get his books, to carry on this work that he's given us. So we can associate with him through that work, and we shouldn't feel that we don't have his presence. But yet it's different, because he's not directly there to say, no, not like that, do it like this. So, anyway, for now I'd like to call Kanka to say something about Srila Prabhupada, and then all the other devotees, everyone will have a turn. I hope everyone's... Maybe we should... Please come up to the front.
Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gnagana Salakaya Chakshura Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was meditating today what I would say if they asked me to speak. This is a really like Akuranath was saying, this is a very deep and moving day for people who associate with Prabhupada a lot. And it was, I think all of us still remember exactly where we were and what we were doing when we found out that Srila Prabhupada had passed. We were having 24-hour kirtans at the time to try and pray to Krishna, and please don't take him, leave him here. But Krishna has his plan, and we have our desires. So my family and I, fortunate and unfortunate, but we had planned a trip to try and see Srila Prabhupada before he left, so we had our tickets already to go to India. And 3 days before, 3 days after his departure was when our flight was leaving. So the fortunate part was that when I got to Vrindavan, there were a lot of Prabhupada disciples, and there were so many stories. It was just total Prabhupada Katha, one story after another about Srila Prabhupada. And they perform the funeral ceremony 8 days after the passing. So I got to be there, and right away Upendra gave us each flowers from Prabhupada's, when they carried Srila Prabhupada around Vrindavan. Everyone put flowers and silk, and Upendra gave us each a piece of Prabhupada's dhoti and some of the sand from Prabhupada's samadhi where they lowered him down into the samadhi. And so that part of it I feel really grateful. And they asked Varanasi and I to cook the 108 preparations for Prabhupada's Mahotsava ceremony. All of his godbrothers came to that ceremony. I was young at the time, so I didn't know his godbrothers. I just had seen some of them at different times, and here we are with all of his godbrothers, and it was a really beautiful but intense time, and I think probably one of the most intense things for me was that Srila Prabhupada's sister, her name's Pishima, was there, and she looked like she was his twin sister. She looked exactly like him. And so every time she would come in the room, she had a bottle of Ganges water, and she would always throw it on everybody. But every time she'd come in the room, we would all start crying because she looked so much like Srila Prabhupada. It was like, oh. But one interesting thing is that they wanted us to cook the 108 preparations. In Vrindavan at the time, they cooked on these buckets with coals. And I never cooked like that before. I mean, I'm not really even a cook. I'm a shoe chef. All those years in the kitchen, but I would just follow somebody around. So Varanasi and I were cooking away for 3 days to get the 108 preparations done. Pishima came into the kitchen, she was a cook. She sat down and she cooked 40 preps in 2 hours. It was amazing to watch her. She was just so, and Prabhupada loved her cooking. He would always allow her to cook for him, even though the devotees were always like, yikes, because she was Bengali, so she would use a lot of mustard seed oil and spices, and they were trying to, in their own ways, when Prabhupada was very ill, make his diet very carefully. But Srila Prabhupada would always say, no, I want her cooking, I want it. And so he would take her cooking. Then after the Vrindavan, we spent a week in Vrindavan, and then we went to Mayapur for a week for the Pushpa Mahotsava ceremony. And I was asked also there to cook the 108 preparations, and it was kind of a repeat. Pishima came in again and saved the day and cooked a lot of preps. But to be around her and to be near her was just so, you just couldn't help but get tearful because she looked exactly like Srila Prabhupada. And I was watching today Your Ever Well-Wisher when I was at home. And it's just so amazing how Prabhupada came to America and depended just so much on Krishna. As the Jaladuta came into Boston, he was saying, I don't know why you sent me here or what I can do. But you can see how even before he left India, he told the printer, I forget his name. Do you remember his name? Anyway, the printer, he said, you will see, my mission will be successful. Because the printer was seeing how hard Prabhupada was struggling every day just to print Back to Godhead magazine and then to print his 3 volumes of Srimad Bhagavatams and to raise the money himself. And he would have to go back and forth from Vrindavan to Delhi. And he was so dedicated and so determined, and he had so much persistence. The printer said he was convinced that his mission would be successful. And then Sumati Morarji, who owned the steamship which Prabhupada came over on, she said the same thing. She said, oh, Swami, don't go to America. You're too old. And it's too cold. So he said, no, I must go. He said, I have a mission, and you will see it will be successful. So in the Ever Well-Wisher movie, they talk about how Prabhupada was practically alone for 1 whole year in New York. And until a group of young boys spotted him, and they had been to India, so they knew he was some type of a guru. And they went up to him. It was Harigriva and Wamapati and Kirtanananda. And they went up to him and they said, are you a Swami? Because he had little white shoes that were pointed that went up on the ends. And he said, yes, I'm a Swami. And then that's how it all started. And then there was a famous author and poet, Allen Ginsberg. And he said, actually, for Bhaktivedanta Swami to go to New York, to the Lower East Side where all the young people were, was a stroke of genius, he said. Because most of the Swamis that came from India went to the rich people who were on the upper side of New York. But Srila Prabhupada was down in Greenwich Village on the east side, and he had to struggle. I mean, he got threatened. His life got threatened by one crazy young person that he was staying with. And there were 4 flights of stairs, because I remember in Mukunda's book, he said that one time Prabhupada had to run all the way down the stairs to open the door for Mukunda Maharaj to get up and come see him. But he was so determined and had so much persistence that, and so much love, he constantly would say, I have nothing, but I'm simply following the order of my Guru Maharaj. And so even an elderly man was sitting on a bench with him one time and said, he was telling him that someday he's going to have temples all over the world and a worldwide organization. And the man sitting with him thought it was just a dream, but after the years went on, he saw, and then on the same movie, one professor came on and said, yes, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, when I first started learning about the Hare Krishna movement, he goes, I would ask the disciples who really didn't know too much, but when I met him and I realized what a scholar he was, and how devoted to Krishna he was, and that he never put himself forward. He would always say, this is all for Krishna, and I am only following the orders of my Guru Maharaj. But the professor said, I could see why these young people became so devoted to him, and how they followed him and helped him achieve this. He said, just like one time Srila Prabhupada told, I think it was, I forget, one of the men devotees to start the Back to Godhead magazine, to do it. And that devotee had never even done a magazine. He didn't know. And in those days, we didn't have computers, and we didn't have, it was. So he did it, though. He do you know who that was? Anyway, he did it. He started the Back to Godhead magazine, and they just, I think Ray Rama. Anyway, so many, like Mukunda Maharaj wrote a book called Miracle on 2nd Avenue, and I encourage everyone to read that book if you ever get a chance, because it makes you feel like you got to be there with Srila Prabhupada at every second when things were happening so fast, like New York, and then San Francisco, and then Montreal, and then London, and all the things that George Harrison and the Beatles, and a very touching thing that I know about when Srila Prabhupada did leave his body was that he had a gold ring on, and he handed it to, I think, Tamal, and said, please give this to George. And he used to always tell George, there's no need for you to shave your head and move into a temple. I will take care of you. So we know that George Harrison wasn't an ordinary person, and that he was here to help Srila Prabhupada. But if you get a chance, read the book Miracle on 2nd Avenue, because it really gives you a closeness to Srila Prabhupada that the devotees had in those days. As the years went on, it was still wonderful and amazing, because we got to be with Prabhupada on walks. We got to be with Srila Prabhupada. Like one time when we were doing the Chaitanya Charitamritas in Los Angeles, because we had a 2-month marathon to get all the 17 volumes completed. And he gave class every morning. So that was really nectar. We got to really be with him a lot. And anyway, I hope that you all can just absorb yourselves in Prabhupada at different times. We have the Prabhupada memory DVDs. We have the Prabhupada DVDs of that Yadubar did. We have all of Srila Prabhupada's books. And I was in the temple room in San Francisco in 1975 when Srila Prabhupada sat there, and the newspaper reporters asked him, so Swami, when you die, and he interrupted and he said, I will never die. I will live on in my books. And these books will be the law books for the next 10,000 years. So they will, we can already see they're being distributed by the thousands. And this temple especially is so awesome because all the devotees here are so enthusiastic about book distribution. And Vaisheshika Prabhu is just such an amazing book distributor and leader. So we can see how important these books are. And Srila Prabhupada really wanted, that's why he had us do that marathon, because he said, I'm getting old and I don't know how long I'll stay. And I want these books to be finished before I leave. And fortunately, we had some really good Sanskrit scholars and scholars that he had trained that completed the very last part of the Srimad Bhagavatam after he departed. But he gave us so much, and that's why he actually wanted the Krishna book first, because just in case he left before the 10th canto, he wanted to make sure. And when you read Krishna book, it's so awesome. It's so amazing. It's just like he tells us so much about Krishna and about, the philosophy and how to do things. And I mean, he stuck so many things in as he intertwined it in all the stories. I feel fortunate because I was living at a temple when all the books were being printed. And so every day we would have classes on each book, like as they came out, Sri Upanishad, Nectar of Devotion. We had our first Nectar Devotions were printed on our own printing press in Boston, and the binding didn't work, and so the pages would all fall out. So we all drilled holes in them and we tied them together. And that's how we studied Nectar of Devotion. And then we had... I remember when the first Krishna book came, Brahmananda brought it from Japan to a Rath Yatra in San Francisco. And I mean, everything was so exciting. Bhagavad Gita, the first one was a little blue one that we had in the beginning. And then finally Macmillan decided they would print the big one. And it was always exciting. And I feel fortunate because our temple president had us reading every day. We had classes on, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna book, Sri Upanishad, Nectar of Devotion. And at the same time, we'd go out on Harinam, and our book distribution at the time was Back to Godhead magazine. Then I was there when we started doing the big books, and that was very challenging for some, but some devotees were so good at it, and they were just loving it so much. So it's exciting to see how it progressed, and how Srila Prabhupada was always the backbone. He was always there for us. If we needed anything or wanted anything, we could write him a letter. He would write back to us. There's a funny story about when they first put the telephone in San Francisco in his apartment, and he said, and the devotees would call him from New York at different hours and stuff, and he finally made them take the telephone out because he said, they are calling me too much. And so, but we were, it was a very exciting time, and we all, there's another really nice set of books that you could read, are the letters. They have every letter that Prabhupada wrote. Are in these letter books, and you can see how the devotees would write the letters and ask questions, and then Srila Prabhupada would write back, and that was so important to him that he had that communication and that connection with the devotees. Is there any questions? I don't want to take up too much time.
Was it because they didn't want them calling so much because it was so expensive, or was it because he didn't have when he said he didn't want them calling so much, was it because the long distance bills were too high, or was it...
Well, I think there's I don't know the exact answer, but of course we all knew that Srila Prabhupada was very frugal. He would use used envelopes, he would reuse them, and he would always keep a ledger of how much he spent. And he was very, very careful about money and about the devotees' spending. He would always make sure, what are you spending money on? And but I think the main thing is that, he had a major focus, besides running the whole organization, but a major focus to get these books done and get them. So he was very busy, with his transcribing, and he didn't want to be interrupted. So I think a lot of times they would forget that there was a time difference, from the East Coast to the West Coast. And anyway, he felt that the telephone was very bothersome. But we also know from the stories from Sally Agarwal in Butler, Pennsylvania. her family was the first family that Srila Prabhupada stayed with. And we know from her stories that Srila Prabhupada, he came from Calcutta and Vrindavan, and at that time in 1960s, he had never seen frozen vegetables. He had never seen a vacuum cleaner. He wasn't sure about the shower. She said that he filled the bathtub up, and then he took a bucket and put water on himself, and she saw water running out of the front of the door because he was taking the bath that way. So there were so many things that he'd never seen a laundromat, with the washing machines and dryers. So, the telephone was another thing that was just really difficult for him to get used to, I'm sure. Any questions?
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
So we still have time for other devotees to, if people would like to come up and say something about Srila Prabhupada and your experience with Srila Prabhupada. Please raise your hand. Balimardan Prabhu.
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. So I just would like to say a few words for the glorification of His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who disappeared from this planet in 1977. Which is, maybe I was 6 years old at the time, 5 years old. I was born, at least some people are not born when Prabhupada disappeared. So there are a couple of memories which came into my mind when Prabhupada and our Hindu teachings, when you say, because many of us has a family gurus. So when they come to houses, what they do is we have a distance respect to them and offer something. And there was not much what to speak of intimate conversation. There is not even a personal dealings happen except few transactions of giving some offering of respects and offering some flowers or something like that. It doesn't go beyond even talk nobody likes. Prabhupada also sometimes says that many people would like to worship a dead guru. That means, dead guru means they don't give instructions or they are not in a mood to follow the instructions because he's not going to speak. Living gurus, definitely when you interact, he speaks. You have to follow his instruction, you have to follow his command. But when you see Prabhupada's life, it is not only when he has American disciples, Indian disciples or European disciples, there is an intimate relationship with one and all. You can take an example of very close, very prominent disciples, or you can take an example of very distant disciples who are not even known to us. But Prabhupada has deep and very intimate relationship with one and every living beings, including his own disciples. Just like Amrish Maharaj, I was listening to his offerings, and he was mentioning that when he was about to come, he was in Detroit, and he was about to come to India to meet Prabhupada in 77, just few months before Prabhupada disappeared. Then somebody said, no, he cannot leave this world because all the disciples are fully confident that Prabhupada is not going to physically leave them and he will remain forever with them. That was likely the full expectation, and nobody in dream and slightest of their mind has really dreamt, he was saying, any of the disciples that Prabhupada would leave or would die or they have to be separated by Prabhupada. It never came into their mind and never thought of them. So, but anyway, so he said that anyway he is not going to go now, and the temple president was, I think, Govardhan Prabhu or from Detroit temple president. So he went there and he met Prabhupada, and first question he asked about Ambrish Prabhu, that how is he doing. And Ambrish Prabhu was saying that he was so deeply touched. Somebody is in a deathbed and he has thousands, not only at the time, at least 100,000 of people are following directly or indirectly. And he was so deeply touched about the statement of asking the welfare of his disciples. Not only this is one, but there are many instances where Prabhupada was so intimately united, and the devotees and disciples are following him so nicely now. And there was one example given about comparisons. We cannot compare also, but in a mood of comparisons, Vivekananda, when he came, and he was saying, some of the disciples were saying, just the difference you can see. Swami Vivekananda delivered a speech, but definitely he has given some conceptual thoughts of Hinduism to the Western countries and idea about it, but he did not really produce any devotees or any direct followers. But just Sri Prabhupada now, he has a direct followers and direct disciples who really imbibed all his teachings, all his messages within their heart. And many times he has given direct instructions or personal corrections. For example, His Holiness Jayapatak Maharaj, he was giving his offerings, and one time he said, in his letter he said, your most insignificant disciple. And Prabhupada said that, cut that word, most insignificant. You are neither most insignificant. You are just insignificant only. Most, whenever you are saying, when you are indirectly glorifying yourself. So how subtle Prabhupada to detect our psychological behavior when you see, and as a spiritual master, he corrects them in a right mood, and Maharaj Jayapatak Maharaj was telling about it. And one has not to think himself so most insignificant, that means also glorifying indirectly. So these are all psychological feelings and thought. And one of the first realization when I came to Krishna consciousness in 97, just 20 years after Prabhupada departed from this world. So when we were chanting, I first started my chanting in Vrindavan Dham in 97 or 98 somewhere that time. So after that there was so much of pressure. I have been not in a good association. All my friends are not in a right environment of Krishna consciousness. So 1.5 year not having a right mood of chanting, means even though chanting, but I was not sure that I have to follow this path of chanting the holy name of God. So one day, and that was my first dream of Prabhupada, which I dreamt, and Prabhupada really, he came to my right ear, or definitely left ear somewhere, and he chanted this mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, and he spoke the words, I am with you. And that really turned my life, means that was we did not have direct realization or direct association with Prabhupada, but we are not deprived of his intimacy or his affections. We are always there. And that gives me moral strength, spiritual strength, and to associate and have a deep commitment towards ISKCON, because that particular instance has turned my life, and I think I never dreamt of him ever after that. That was the only one first which I met Prabhupada in my dream. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Bhumi, can you please come?
Hare Krishna, everyone. I was hoping they wouldn't ask me to come up and speak. I usually, on occasions like this, will write something and read it, and that's easy for me, but just speaking about Srila Prabhupada should come easy, but it doesn't. I want to thank the devotees here at ISV for inspiring me to take up the service that Srila Prabhupada originally gave me, which is to distribute books. And I have a bit of news. I put out. I recently completely ran out of books, and I was thinking, how am I going to get books? I'm like, don't have, I was like going in the corners and getting out. I had some Bhagavad Gitas, but they're hard for me to carry, and I can only carry a couple at a time. But I was doing whatever books I had, and I just made one remark on Facebook about how I had run out of books, and I had about 6 or 7 people come forward, and I now have sitting in my garage 11 boxes of books to distribute for Christmas. All sorts of books, too. So, and the books that were purchased for me, of course, Sri Krishna Purushottama gave me a box of Sri Upanishads, which I really thank you so much. But every single box of those books were purchased all by my godbrothers and godsisters. I even had one godsister in Australia who sent money. We had to change it from Australian dollars into American dollars, but everything went real. And then we Rameshwar bought me 4 boxes of books, and then didn't want to pay for the shipping, and then Dharmatma said, "I'll pay for it," and it just, everything was great. It's just, it reminded me that none of us can serve Prabhupada. We need each other. We need that cooperation, and we need that teamwork, so that we can please Srila Prabhupada and get the work done that he wants to do. So I got my work cut out for me now, because I can't let anyone down after all that. But anyhow, and I just want to thank the devotees here, because all of you are so fired up, and it just is so inspiring for me to see fired up devotees. And I also want to say this to you, that after Prabhupada's Vyas Puja this year, I watched on ITV, Mayapur TV, which is, I watch a lot of the classes here, but I got to hear how they extended the Vyas Puja so that all of the grand disciples could speak. And I was so inspired by that, to be able to hear everybody's story, how they came to Krishna consciousness. And it was so enlivening, especially for someone who goes out and distributes books, to hear that people are actually coming because they're getting books. And if that mango is ripe and they just happen to come out in contact with Srila Prabhupada's books, it can change their life forever. And that's what this movement is about. It's about changing lives. It's about making unfortunate people fortunate. And that's something to be very grateful for, and want to spread it around to others. So that's all.
Jagrini is...
She's in the kitchen, I think.
I saw her. She had come in.
Okay.
She must have gone back. A lot of kitchen is being done.
Yeah.
This... sometimes Srila Prabhupada would say in the appearance day or disappearance day of his spiritual master, that he would see in the disciples that are coming, the new devotees that are coming, he would see that my spiritual master is sending them. And similarly, I think we can see that Srila Prabhupada is sending all these younger devotees to carry on this movement.
Filled with so much confidence when I see all the devotees here at ISV, because I know that our movement is in good hands.
We can see Srila Prabhupada is living on in the grand disciples.
You have to pardon my sorry, I've been cooking all day. No, I spilled ghee. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Buddhalesha Mini Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tinamani Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharane Nirvisheshi Shunyadi Paskachari Satarni. It's a sad day today. It's a sad and a happy day. Happy because it's another opportunity for all of us to get together and celebrate this wonderful life that Srila Prabhupada gave us. And it's a very sad day because Srila Prabhupada left on this day, and it brings back all those memories of when he was leaving. And it's hard to think about that. But I'm going to try, because I know the devotees have asked me in the past, they like to hear stories, so I'm going to try and remember some nice stories. I was really fortunate because I joined the LA Temple and in 1973. And that was the boom years. It was baby boom years, and it was preaching boom years, and it was translating all the books. So Srila Prabhupada spent a lot of time in Los Angeles. And when I first got there, we didn't even have the big temple room that everybody knows of in Los Angeles. The Fate Studios, that's in between two buildings. If you walk down that little corridor, there's another room there. And that was the temple room when I joined. So it was an intimate setting with Srila Prabhupada. It was smaller than this room, probably like Bascom was. So we were very close to him in proximity. And I remember when I was a brand new devotee, it was difficult to understand him, his accent, a little bit. But it didn't take long to, just like the first few times I heard him. But I can remember that I was fascinated watching him. And I was a bratty teenager, a bratty 18-year-old. But I just really, really liked looking at Srila Prabhupada because he was so graceful and so just graceful and beautiful to watch. With everything that he did, every movement on the Vyasa-song, when he spoke really heavy and powerful, the class we listened to tonight, that was a good class. That was a powerful class. Prabhupada was really, letting us have it. And whether he was in that mood or when he was in ecstasy, chanting Jai Radha Madhava, or, laughing at a joke, whatever, he was beautiful to watch. And I remember, finding out many years later it was in, Karnath Prabhu, help me out. What was that devotee's name? It was in his memory tapes. He talked about, he gave some video footage to some college kids in India that were studying, and they determined that every movement was a mudra.
That was from Atma Tattva.
Atma Tattva, yeah. I remember hearing that. It was in the memory tapes. I didn't know that. This is more recent that those memory tapes came out. And Atma Tattva told us that he had given some videotapes to... who?
Classical dance students.
Okay, classical dance students. And they were fascinated because all of Srila Prabhupada's movements were mudras.
The professor saw Prabhupada when he was unconscious in his illness and said he's dancing, actually, the way he was moving in his
yeah.
on the bed.
So, Srila Prabhupada was beautiful to watch, beautiful to listen to, and he completely changed our lives. I mean, we were Americans. We didn't know anything about Krishna. And the devotees looked funny. They acted funny. Back then they wore mismatched socks. And the first devotees I ever saw were on the subway going to Manhattan before I met Srila Prabhupada. And there were these funny guys with these little ponytails, and they were all wrinkled up, and they had 2 different color socks on, and they just looked really strange. But Srila Prabhupada was so busy and used every minute to preach very powerfully. His message changed lives quickly. It was so potent. But at the same time, he never missed an individual detail with any one of us. For instance, I remember we started this tradition in Los Angeles of baking cookies for him when he came, so he could give cookies out to the devotees. And the kids, Los Angeles was filled with kids. There was like 40, 50 kids there. And all different ages. And it became, he became Cookie Prabhupada. So after Guru Puja, he would hand the cookies out to everybody. And I remember my oldest son was a little baby. He was about 7 months old or so. So I would hold him and kind of hold him out so he could take a cookie from Prabhupada. And I was new and just getting trained up, and we were taught you should eat with your right hand, not with your left hand. You don't touch, your left hand's muchi, the right hand's tuchi. So Subal went to grab the cookie with his left hand, and I'm in front of Srila Prabhupada, and I saw that, and I just hit my son's hand, pulled it away, put my hand on his other hand, put that hand out. And Prabhupada looked at me and gave me a big nod and a big smile. And all the devotees have those kind of, stories where he was just so present for all of us all the time. Anytime he saw anything, he said anything, and whether he was hammering us or, in some cases like Malati, Prabhupada would stroke Malati. There was so much love in all of it. He wanted us to be very, very happy. I remember that was a thing that he would always, he wanted us to dance at Artiques. He wanted all the women to wear ankle bells. Remember that, Kaka? He told us that if everybody wore ankle bells, he would dance. All the women. So we all got ankle bells for Prabhupada.
When we all got ankle bells, they told us we were lusty.
Where?
In New York.
No.
We went to India, we all got ankle bells. We thought it was so cool to ching, ching, ching.
Yeah, Prabhupada liked it. Prabhupada really liked it. Well, see, there you go.
Now we know.
I remember one time there was this one major event in Los Angeles, Srila Prabhupada, and it was devotees wanting to have a second wife. This was a big one. So Prabhupada thought about it, and he actually told Prabhupada was concerned. Now you've got to understand, in America, half the boys our age, my age, died in Vietnam. So the Vietnam War took out half a generation of men in America. Like, so many guys died. So there were a lot more women than men of that generation around. And there were a lot of women devotees joining. And Prabhupada actually felt concerned how to care for all the women. So he, at one point, mentioned that, a man could take care of more than one wife. And that everybody, oh boy, that was the buzz at the temple. Prabhupada said, it was like, whoa, and devotees started acting on it right away, and on and on and on. And we were living on $40 a month, right, DM. Got like $10 a week for little things that you needed. But the devotees were really quick to jump on that one, some of them. And a week later, Prabhupada wrote a real heavy letter taking it back. He took it back. He said, actually, after much thought, this is not a good idea. He said it will attract the wrong kind of men to the movement. People will join just to exploit women. So he took it back. But that was a funny incident. I remember when Prabhupada would come to the temple, it was a huge event. In LA, they always did everything really big. We would even get kettle drums, Oh, is it time for Artik? Oh, okay. Okay. All right, well, anyway, I just wanted to share a few little stories. And
Later.
Maybe later, huh? They have to keep it going. I think that, everybody at this temple is really, really seriously working on their own Krishna consciousness, which means a lot to Prabhupada. When I met him personally, when I went to his quarters for Gayatri Mantra, I was too afraid to ask him anything. So he asked me, so you're chanting 16 rounds? That's all he said to me. So it meant a lot to Srila Prabhupada that we read his books and that we chant and that we make an effort to become first class. But it also meant a lot to him that we get along together and don't criticize each other and develop loving relationships that will hold ISKCON together. Because that's what's going to hold, and that meant a lot to him, for ISKCON to stay together. That's kind of unprecedented, because typically in India, the guru, when he takes disciples, he leaves and forms his own mat. And we see that happening with Prabhupada's godbrothers, etc., even with the next generation, like with, right, Govinda Maharaj, and as soon as he passed away, now there's branches, but they all start their own mats. But Prabhupada wanted ISKCON to stay together. And the only way it's going to stay together is if we really make an effort to get along, and he really wanted that. So I wanted to share that too, the things that meant the most to him, to make him smile at us. So anyway, thank you all so much. Hare Krishna.
So time is short, and maybe we can, during prasadam or something, other people can... Haribol. Chinmayi is here. The schedule was that at 7:15 we were supposed to start the Pushpanjali and then the Arati at 7:30. It's 7:25 now, so Chinmayi will come after. And also, Chinmayi, we would like to request that you can sing the Damodar Ashtakam prayers tonight at 8 o'clock. So now we can clean up the asanas. We'll all stand before Srila Prabhupada and take some flowers, and we'll recite the Mangala Charanam, and then 3 times we'll offer Pushpanjali. Hare Krishna. Who has the flowers?
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
So everyone please repeat after me. Flowers are coming, they'll be right out. So when the flowers come, everyone take some flowers. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Bande Aham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalang Shri Gurun Vaishnavangsha Shri Rupang Sagrajatang Sahagana Raghunathan Vitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitangsha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaya Kripabdhaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhur Yojvala Premadhya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Virudhapa Siddhanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambhara Sambhode Padambu Jayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravir Bhava Bhume Stvang Nirdeshta Sajjana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannathayate Namaha Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanang pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Panchatattvatmakang Krishnang Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavatarang Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatang Surato Pangur Mama Manda Matergati Matsarvasva Padam Bhojao Radha Madana Mohano Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadha Srimad Ratnagara Singhasanastho Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Preshthali Bhiksevyamanao Smarami Shriman Rasarasarambi Vanshivata Tathastitaha Karshan Venusvanayar Gopir Gopinatha Shriyestunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Pushpanjali Jai Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Pushpanjali Jai Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Pushpanjali. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Oh, sorry, Hare Krishna. Guru Vashtaka. Sangsara dava nalalita loka Pranaya karunya kanaganatvam Pranaya karunya kanaganatvam Praptasya kalyana gunanavasya Praptasya kalyana Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam Vande Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Vaditrama Vaditramadhyan Manasora Sena Romanchakam Pashrutaranga Bhajo Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam Next time. Shri Vigrahara Dhana Nityanana Hara Dhana Nityanana Shringara Tan Mandira Marjanado Yuktasya Bhaktang Shaniyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam Chaturvidha Shri Bhagavat Prasada Swadvana Triptan Hari Bhakta Sanghan Hari Tritvaiva Tripting Bhajatak Sadaiva Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam Shri Radhika Madhavayora Para Tunjayu Shri Radhika Madhavayora Para Yalila Gunarupa Shri Radhika Madhava Yorapara Madhurya Leela Guna Rupa Nam Nam. I know this song. Guna Rupa Shri Radhika Madhava Yorapara Madhurya Leela Guna Rupa Nam Nam. Madhurya Leela Guna Rupa Pratikshana Swadhana Lolupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Nikunja Yuno Rati Keli Siddhai Yaya Lipir Yuktira Pikshaniya Nikunja Yuno Rati Keli Siddhai Yaya Lipir Yuktira Pikshaniya Tatrati Daksha Rati Vallabhasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Shakshadharitvena samasta shastraya Uktastatha bhavyata eva shadhi Kintu prabhurya priya eva tasya Kintu prabhurya priya eva tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado Yasya prasadan nagati kutopi Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado Yasya prasadan nagati kutopi Jayang subang tasya yasashri sanjam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam, Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Om Vishnu Pada Paramahansa Pri Rajakacharyasto Tarasatta Shri Shrimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON BBT Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pada Paramahansa Pri Rajakacharyasto Tarasatta Shri Shrimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री मायापुर धाम की जय। श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगमयी जमुनमयी की जय। तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की जय। समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय। Transcendental Disappearance Day of Srila Prabhupada की जय। Transcendental Disappearance Day of Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Transcendental Tirobhavana Day of Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON Silicon Valley Yatra Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Madana Mohan Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Lakshmi Nrsimhadev Ki Jai. Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai. Christmas Marathon Ki Jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtana Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Hari Hari Bol.
Can you play it? Yeah. Play Mridangam. Okay. I can watch the book. I can watch the... You can just start playing after I sing. Anyone to play harmonium? Is there anyone that can play the harmonium? She wanted to play Mridangam. You know what? I can't see that. I have to better I look there. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, you're playing. I can't play. Okay, put a G. What is that? Namam Ishwaram Satchit Anandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Namam Ishwaram Satchit Anandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashoda Biyolukala Dravamanam Paramristam Madhyantato Drutya Gopya Udang tang muhunetra yukmam tam karamboja yugmena satanka netram Muhu swasa kampa trirekanka kanta Stita graiva damodaram bhakti bhadam Make it higher. Iti Driksvalila Bir Ananda Kunde Swagosh Iti Driksvalila Kunde Swagosham Nimajantam Akyavayantam Yes. Tadiyeshita desu bhaktarjitatam unak prematastam satavritti vande Tadiyeshita desir bhaktarjitatam unak prematastam satavritti vande Varam deva moksham na mokshadvadingva na chayang vrineham vareshadapiha Idang teva purnata gopala balam sada me manasya vridastam kinganyay Idam te mukambojam atyanta nilar Vritang kunta like shingha rakchaischa gopya Muhuschumbitam bimba raktadarang me manasya virastam kimalang chalabhay Namo Deva Damodar Ananta Vishnu Prasido Prabho Dukkha Jalabdi Magnam Kripa Dristi Vristyati Dinang Batano Grihanesha Mamagyam Edyakshi Drisya Kuveratmajo Bada Mutyai Varyadvat Tvaya Muchito Bhakti Bhajo Kritocha Tata prema bhaktim swakame prayachcha namokshe graho me stitamodareha Namaste Studamne Spuradipti Damne Tvadiya Dorayata Vishvasya Damne Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam Jaya Damodara Jaya Damodara Damodara Jaya Damodara Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Shri Radha Damodar ki jai Damodar Astakam ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai
Sit down. Sit down.
Namaste. Which? Okay. I thought I didn't know.
Forgot?
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Narashimaya. Namaste. Narashimaya. Praladalaide. Hiranyakashipu raksha. Shilatankana kala Ido Narshingo Parato Narshingo Narshim Mama Dem Ito Yam Ito Narshimbo Ito Yam Ito Narshimma Ito Narshimma Narashim Mama Dem Sharanam Prapade Kavakara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shinga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare
Jai Nrsimha Bhagavan.
Nrsimha Dev Bhagavan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Maharaj ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Maharaj ki, Jai Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna. Somebody wants
to... we can turn the lights up. We're going to have some announcements, and then we'll do the prasadam prayers. And we'll also hear from any other devotees who haven't yet spoken, who'd like to speak, and Chinmayi, any Prabhupada disciples especially, and anyone else who'd like to say something, some realizations about Srila Prabhupada, even as we serve out prasadam, because I know a lot of people want to speak. This is a little loud. And also, we should sing the prayer by Narottam Das Thakur to the departed Vaishnavas also. So, Jayanilo Premadana. So, for right now, I think we have some announcements. Who's making announcements? Okay.
Actually, only two announcements. One is, if any of you would like to sponsor tonight's feast in honor of Srila Prabhupada, please let us know. The second one is $301 only. The second one is, it's a weeknight, and I'm sure everybody would like to go home soon. So if everybody can pitch in to help clean the kitchen and the temple room after prasadam, that will be very much appreciated. And I'm actually not aware about the cooks, but do you know the cooks? Bhaktavatsal Prabhu, Bhumi Mataji, Jagrani Mataji, and Hema Mataji. Helped by miscellaneous Matajis. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. That's all. That's it for announcement. Yes. Who? Huh? Oh, it's her birthday. Abhay's and Sukeshwari Mataji's birthday today. Very auspicious day. So, wish you both a very happy birthday, and we'll just chant the Maha Mantra once all together for both of you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. In San Francisco, one interview, Srila Prabhupada, the interviewer asked, once you die, how this movement will go on. Prabhupada said, I never die. I live within these books, so I live forever. So today I just went to Sankirtan room, I saw this book. There are two books, Prabhupada Darshan books. I took one because I don't have. There is a principle that what you don't have, you cannot distribute. So I'm following that. So I bought one, and this is only one, not $8. And it contains... Vrindavan Prabhu can showing the pictures inside. Can you show, Prabhu? It's a beautiful pictures and a quote next to the Prabhupada quote, and it's and also signature of Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So very auspicious day, and you can sponsor a tile also. One Bhagavad Gita tile is equal to $108. So we lot to go, and we are getting orders for motels, prisons, hospitals also. Two, one left. One. Haribol. Okay. Oh, we have more books. So recent stock live update. So if anybody wants more, please raise your hand.
Can you explain about what is the Bhagavad Gita tile and how is it different from the tile wall?
Okay. Bhagavad $1 million well is Damodar Prabhu is here. It's $2,000. It goes for temple operations and temple building. But Bhagavad Gita is, we have 19,165 Bhagavad Gita's goal for this marathon. So for that we are having tiles. One tile is equal to 108 or $108. That is equal to one soft bound at the 24 books of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So this Bhagavad Gita goes into motels, prisons, and also we distribute door to door and the Diwali Mela and everywhere. So last Half Moon Bay Festival we distributed so many Bhagavad Gitas. And one lady came up to me and she said, I know the big guy. I said, who is the big guy? I asked her. She said, I asked her, is that Vaisheshika Prabhu? No, I know Prabhupada. She said, I saw him. So Prabhupada is a big guy, definitely for sure. So this movement is there because of Srila Prabhupada books, and we want to spread this and we want to distribute these books. And also I was distributing Bhagavad Gitas in San Jose one time for it's actually Thanksgiving time and nobody is at home, and I'm knocking each door. More than 25 doors I knocked. Nobody opened the door. And finally I was frustrated and I shouted, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. And I shouted like anything, and one guy came up and opened the door. Why you are shouting like that? And finally end up taking book. So even if you take name of Srila Prabhupada, that makes good progress in your devotional service. So if you want, anybody wants this book, today is special day, is Disappearance Day. And this is a good book to show kids, and we can also see, every day. We can glorify Prabhupada every day, not only today. So, can anybody raise hands? You can raise. Bhumi Mataji one, and myself one. Oh, Ananda Mataji. Hari Bol. Any more? Don't be shy. Jai Shri Radha Madan Mohan Bhagavan ki. Shri Narsinghdeva Bhagavan ki. Okay. You can see me later. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki.
So now we'll sing the Yanilo Premadhana song.
Hare Krishna. So this song is glorifying all the departed Vaishnavacharyas. Today, on this Transcendental Disappearance Day of Srila Prabhupada, we sing this prayer in separation. Hare Krishna.
Jayanilo premadana koruna prachur Jayanilo premadana koruna prachur Theno Prabhu kota gela Acharya Thakur যে আনিল প্রেমাদানা করুণা প্রচুর হেন প্রভু কোথা গেলা আচার্য ঠাকুর কাহা মোর স্বরূপা কাহা সনাতনা কাহা মোর স্বরূপ রূপা কাহা সনাতনা কাহা দাস রঘু নাথা পতিতা পাবনা কাহা দাস রঘু নাথা পতিতা পাবনা কাহা মোর ভট্ট যুগা কাহা কবিতা কাহা মোর ভট্ট যুগা কাহা কবিরা এককালে কোথা গেলা গোরা নটরা এককালে কোথা গেলা গোরা নটরা পাশানি কুতিব মাথা আনালে পাশিব পাশানি কুতিব মাথা আনালে পাশিব গৌরাঙ্গা গুণেরা নিধি কোথা গেলে পাবো গৌরাঙ্গা গুণেরা নিধি কোথা গেলে পাবো Se saba sangira sange je koila bila has. Se saba sangira sange je koilo bila has. Se sanga na paya kande narotamada has. Se sanga na paya kande narotamada has. Je anilo premadana koruna prachur. Heno Prabhu kotha gela Acharya Thakur. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Jayo Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. Jayo Radha Jayo Mahaprabhu Jayo Mahaprabhu Jayo Mahaprabhu Jayo Mahaprabhu Jayo Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha. Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Jayo Guru Deva Jayo Guru Deva Jayo Guru Deva Jayo Guru Deva Jayo Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you, Sukeshwari Mataji. We'll all sing the Prasadam prayers together. Sharira Vidya Jal Jodendriya Tahe Kal Jive Pele Vishaya Sagore Tar Madhye Jivhayati Lobho Mai Sudurmati ताके जेता कठिन संसारे कृष्ण बड़ा दयामय कोरी बारे जिभा जाय स्वप्रसादन दिलो भाई सैयन्नामृत पाओ राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेमे डाको श्री चैतन्य नीताय प्रेमे डाको श्री चैतन्य नीताय महाप्रसादे गोविंदे नमो ब्राह्मणी वैष्णवे स्वल्प पुण्यवतं राजन् विश्वासो नैव जायते पश्चादे सर्व दुःखानां हानिरसोपजायते प्रसन्नचेतो सूयाशु बुद्धि पर्यवतिष्ठते भगवत श्री महाप्रसाद की जय हरे कृष्णा प्लीज कम एंड टेक प्रसादम Hare Krishna, devotees, please form a line by exiting through this door besides the altar, because this door will not work because devotees are already standing in line.
Flowers,